Hello and welcome to 4,000 and Counting. I am Watty. This is Mark. We are back for another weekly roundup. And by God, has this week been a very, very busy one. We've had NIHL 1 playoffs, NIHL 2 playoff finals. We've had positions confirmed in the National League. We have had Elite League title winning. Mark, obviously you've been a bit sick. How much of it have you digested? Like, have you been keeping in touch with what's been happening?
Yeah, little bits here and there, not as much as I'd have liked to, but I've kept my eye on things. Maybe not as detailed as I normally have been, but yeah,
But
there's been some.
the
Go on.
Giants wagon.
Oh yeah, what a way to finish.
They smoked Guildford. And I sat and watched the game, and the tempo in the first 3 shifts of that game was nuts. It was just like it was like a way higher level than the Elite League. The boys were getting after it. It was really intense. I think in the end, the most deserving team won, which was Belfast. They deserved to win. They were quality. Once it was 2-1, Guildford scored on the PP to make it 2-1. Belfast went straight down the other end and scored within. You'd have to check it on Elite Stats within 45 seconds a minute.
Oh well.
And then from there, it was foot on the throat. Jobs are good, and we're not letting you back up. That's it. We're going to keep you down there. And they did, and they ran riot and scored another 3 goals. What a team they are, Belfast. That's the Challenge Cup. That's the Elite League. Are they going to win the playoff finals?
Yeah.
You wouldn't bet against them, would you?
No, not really. It's
I,
hard to not go with anyone else. It really is.
I text one of the Belfast boys on Sunday. I was like, "Yeah, congratulations, brother. How you doing? They're good." I was like, "Should I bet on Dundee today?" And they're like, "Nah, we're still gonna win." Text them after the game. I said, "I fucking told you I should bet on Dundee today." Like, they obviously, apparently, I saw some funny tweets, like Roop and Conway and that. Obviously, they must have travelled to Dundee. They didn't play, just waffled in the crowd, still selling, just absolutely selling the fuck out of it, which they should. That's a
Yeah.
Right. Scott Conway put a tweet out which I liked. It said, "Let's see those lists," and the lists were what people were posting at Christmas. And the Guildford Flames Twitter had a bit of a mare. To be fair to him, it was like mind the gap when they were 6 points clear of Sheffield and Belfast were in fourth. They were on 59 points. Sheffield were on 53, I believe. Belfast were behind Cardiff in fourth. I was like, oh, that did not age well. That really did not age well. And Scott Conway just put, yeah, where's your list now? And like a little winner's medal or a trophy or something. But he was phenomenal in the game. I was right. Okay, it's just popped to me. McLeod is so fast. It is insane. You heard me talk about the speed of Tate.
Yeah.
These boys need to have a foot race. Like I put a tweet out from our account. I think they're just every bit as fast as McDavid.
I see
It's
that, yeah.
fucking insane
And
how
who
fast
who
they
do you
are.
think would win that race? Could you
McLeod,
single one out?
McLeod.
McLeod.
I can't understand how he skates so fast. He'll pick the puck up in his high slot, and he's in your high slot before you know it. It's just like whoa. He just takes the game to the opposition. He forces you to take a back step. He's not fucking dumping the puck in either. Like he'll get the puck and he'll go for a skate. So he's forcing you back, forcing you back. He's just gaining territory, gaining ice all the time. I'm super impressed with him. I would imagine he would definitely be there again. I think Belfast announced today that Captain Goodwin's gone back there again next year. And if that
Great
is the
signing.
if that is the case,
Yeah.
wow, what an undercover
What a
sniper.
way.
Yeah, but undercover sniper. We haven't talked about him hardly any times this year. What
That's
have we
true.
got? Let's have a look at our list here. So the Elite League top scorers this year are, as we've said already a couple of times throughout the year, Scott Conway's been leading the way, and he did continue to lead the way all the way to the very end. In 51 league fixtures, he had 40 goals, and he got his 50th assist in that game to take him to 90 points on the season, 10 points in front of one of his opponents on the night, actually, Daniel Tedesco from Guildford Flames. 53 games for him, 31 goals, 49 assists, 80 points. So Conway, in 2 less games, won the scoring race by 10 points. Also won the goal scorers. Well, I don't know. We don't have a Rocket Richard in this league. I don't know who it'd be. David Clark Award? I don't know. I don't know who would you name a
Yeah,
snake?
who would
Oh,
you?
let's save that for a video. Who should we
Yeah,
name the EIHL All-Star Awards after? That's good. Jono Phillips is going
that'd
to be
be a
one.
good one.
John
Yeah,
Jono Phillips is going to be one of them, but we'll get to that in a
yeah,
minute.
without a doubt.
Yeah, so and then as we said, someone that went undercover that we haven't really talked about in 3rd place in the league, David Goodwin, 55 assists, 15 tucks, 70 points in 53. And it makes Conway's numbers all the more impressive when you look that the 3rd most points in the league is 20 points behind him. That's a considerable
Yeah.
number. What about the British boys? Have you got the British boys stats there?
Yeah, so let's go with probably the guy that's been on here the most,
Yep.
Ben O'Connor. He has 10 plus 40 in 54 games, 50 points in 54 games.
Texting today. I was like, I don't know if you know, because I don't even know if he's paying attention to that shit. I was like, you're a top scorer Brit in the Elite League again. I said, you just got 7 more than Dowdy. By the way, just for reference, Dowdy 21 plus 22
21, yeah.
in 53 games. So 1 less game than Ben, 7 less points. Many more goals, way less assists. But I said to him, like, nice work. He said, yeah, not bad for an old man, eh? And it just goes to show. We spoke about on here before, and I was mentioning like he makes mistakes. I was like, of course he makes mistakes because he has the fucking puck all the time. Like,
Yeah,
law of averages says if you have the puck twice as much as anybody else on the team, you're going to turn it over a little bit more than what the normal guy would. And I see him getting pelters, and then when I saw that come up, because I don't know, Oki's kind of gone undercover. I think the last time I checked, he had like 35 points or whatever. So I've not really been keeping tabs on his stats as such, but that's very, very impressive numbers point a game at that level. As he says, as an old man, he's not quite as old as he lets on, but again, fantastic season for Ben.
yeah,
Fantastic season for Dowdy.
yeah.
Hope they can both carry it on to the World Championships in Nottingham. We hope to see some of you guys there as well. We're going to be checking out a couple of games later on in that week. Mark, what about the goalies, mate? Because we had a weird scenario this year where there's been one man that's pretty much played every game for Sheffield. But then Cardiff kind of split their goalies. Curzon played, Bouncy played. And then with Belfast, they made a goalie change. And everyone at the time was saying, is it justified? They got rid of the goalie that was there. He went off to Nottingham. Jackson was playing well. And they brung back Besco. Let's look at his stats and then see if that was a justified move. Read it out for the people.
Bro, so Besco has played 26. He has a 1.45 goals against average and a 94.02 save percentage.
Sick joke. So anybody that goes, why the fuck did Thornton and Kiefer sack the goalie and bring Besco in? That's why.
There's your answer.
Do you know how many shots a game you're going to have to get against a Belfast team that doesn't give up many shots to beat Besco? You have to be getting fucking 85 shots a game to score 3. Like, I don't know. And there's been some other impressive performances from the goalies. By the way, a lot of the league goalies over 91%. So shout out to them for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to wrap up the top 3?
Yeah, so we've got in Curzon. Did I say that right? Played 25, 2.20 goals against average, 92.8 save percentage.
Again, very respectable numbers for what you would call I won't call him a backup because it's disrespectful. I'll call him a 1B.
Yeah.
For a 1B, that's a lot of games to be playing. It's a lot of games to feature in, and it's very good numbers. So if you're Cardiff, you've got to be happy with that.
Well, you got 2 solid netminders.
Absolutely. Bouncy had a shutout again yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know if we congratulated him on here. or not, but he announced that him and Jada are pregnant. So congratulations to the pair of them.
Congratulations.
Yeah, last goalie rounding it out then.
So that's the goalie in Sheffield, Greenfield.
Yeah, sick.
Played 53. So considerable amount more than Besko and Kuzan. Well, Besko for obvious reasons, but 2.28 2.22 goals against average and 92.01 save percentage.
Again, like,
So again,
when you're
that's great
playing
stats.
every fucking game,
Yeah.
that's a grind, and that is incredible numbers for him. I don't think there's many Steelers fans not wanting that guy back next year. Talking of the Steelers, it was all class this weekend from the Devils and the Clan with Mr. Jonathan Phillips. Obviously, with Jono retiring at the end of the year, the Clan made a point of all going to shaking his hand at the end of the game, led by Craig Peacock, a fellow Brit. Nice to see them doing that. And then on the Sunday, as the Steelers went down to Cardiff, Jono had a pre-game presentation. I'm not sure what the gift was. It looked quite big. Maybe it was a jersey. Maybe it's a jersey in a frame or something like that. It was quite hard to tell because I was only looking at it on my phone. But the Devils boys then one by one went and shook his hand as well. So I think that's pretty classy from both organizations. It's nice to see Jono get some recognition. We see it a lot in the NHL when maybe like one of the refs or the linesmen retire and like both teams will line up and shake his hand. It's a pretty cool moment, and it's some feel good shit for the Elite League other than fans just fucking killing each other on Twitter all the time. It's so toxic, mate. It's mad.
Oh yeah.
Do you not think? It's just like, it's reading through some of it. I'm like, why are we tagged in this? The shit that we get tagged in, like, I don't fucking know. Get me in your Twitter beefs. I can get in Twitter beefs on my own. I don't need any help. That's why I don't go on Twitter, really, other than to do our stuff. Oh, speaking of that, we're going to get onto the NIHL 1 North and South in a minute. Some of you clubs need to sort your fucking social medias out. Jesus Christ. How can you have been in the semi-final at the weekend and there's nothing on your social media?
Yeah.
Like, what? We wonder why the
Send the
game
name right
doesn't
there.
grow. Well,
Yeah.
the game doesn't grow because you don't fucking tell anybody that lives in your area that you got a fucking semi-final at the weekend. Craziness. That should be plastered everywhere. Oh, you scored a goal. There's a fan in your club that goes to watch every game. I can guarantee it. Give them the account to the fucking Twitter. Give them the password. Give them the password and let them run your Twitter. Hey, goal scored by, hey, it doesn't have to be much. Just put some information out there. Let people know you're alive. Let people know that the club exists. Like, try to find information on like the Solihull game and stuff like that was insane. And I'm not singling them out. That was just an example.
Hi. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just an example. The Hull Jets, they're in the NIHL 2 playoff final at the weekend. I think their last post on their social media was fucking 2021. I know you're an NIHL 2 club, but come on.
Yeah, put something out there at least, make people
Well,
aware.
last year there was no Hull Stingrays or no Hull Seahawks. You were the top club in Hull, as if your fucking social media wasn't popping. I don't understand what's going on. So we can bitch at the EIHA, and maybe this is a subject for another video. We can bitch at the EIHA about what we want about promoting the game. But if you're not promoting your own team, then get your houses in order before you start looking at the EIHA. Like, get your own shit in order. Start getting on the social media. Start letting people know that you have a product in town, and hey, it's a good product. And 15 of our kids that play on this team are from Nottingham or from Sheffield or wherever. They're from this town. This is where they play. Come down and watch. Come and support the boys. I saw Ross Murray on Instagram on Saturday. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Come on, come down. Get some bevies in you. It's just like, let's go. Why not? If the players are getting involved and they want the rinks,
Yeah, that's it.
There's nothing better as a player playing in front of fucking loads of fans. It's the best. And I'm sure as a fan, you'd much rather go and watch a game and there's 4,000 people in the building than 25.
Yeah, and some atmosphere and
yeah, of course. It makes it more of an experience for you. Especially if you're like, they call it the family sport. If you're taking your kids, you want your kids to go in and go, wow, so loud in there, it's so noisy, everyone's like bouncing around, as opposed to being like, Well, that was a bit shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, some atmospheres, mate.
Yeah,
Some
just avoid
atmosphere.
crossover cup games and you're
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. 4 guys turning up. What else have we got? We're kind of bouncing around our list a little bit. Should we go to the NIHL 1 North, seeing as we just mentioned Solway, and go to the fact? Let's have a look at the teams that have gone through. So Billingham, they beat Blackburn Stars.
Yeah.
Solway beat Nottingham. Whitley Bay
Shocked.
beat Deeside, and Solihull beat Widnes. So results going pretty much as expected in the Northern Territory. The thing that I will get to, maybe I'll get to it after it. Let's just talk about Legend real quick. It is that was the last weekend coaching in Whitley for Lobby. Dean Holland's retiring, and I'm sure a couple of other guys are retiring there. Forgive me for not having all the information. But yeah, shout out to those boys. But they were both my teammates in Guildford. Both great guys, both good teammates. Sat next to Lobby. What a fucking honour that was.
What a player.
What an honour that was.
What an unreal player.
Just getting to listen to him talk shit. He can talk shit to the refs. Like, do you know when you play against him, you're like, Lobby, shut the fuck up. Stop talking to the refs. I want to go for a beer. Because he was notorious. He was all talking to the refs.
Yeah.
And then when you play with him and you're listening to what he's saying, I'm like, I fucking love this guy. So clever. Planting seeds, planting seeds in the first period. You might get a call in the third that wasn't really a call, or because and you go and you look at me and you go, yeah, and I'm like, all right, why am I learning this in the last year of my career? Maybe I should maybe I should have played with you 10 years ago and I'd have been a bit further along. But yeah, absolute legend. Dino Holland, team first guy. He was a role player when I played with him in Guildford. Obviously, a little bit different for him up in Whitley Bay. Expected to be doing a lot more. He bought the sea and stuff like that. So Whitley have got a big rebuild process. Rumor is Tony Hearn's taking the head coach and GM job.
Interesting.
And when I say rumor,
yeah.
Oh, sorry for no. I'm not apologizing for the rumor. I'm apologizing because Sky's moaning in the background. We won't hear it because we've got headphones on, but everyone on YouTube's just going to hear it going. Wah. Yeah, and going down south, Solent, they turned over Oxford in both games to take the aggregate victory. The Raiders juniors upset the Slough Jets, the 3rd seed Slough Jets. So 6-8. Easy for me to say. 6 seed Raiders. Oh, try that. Say that.
6 seed Raiders.
Yeah, say it fast.
6 seed Raiders.
Yeah, I'm just a fucking idiot.
I don't even know if I said that right.
But yeah, shout out to Romford Junior Raiders too. Congratulations to you guys. 11-9, I believe, or something. 11-8 on aggregate over the course of the weekend. And that leaves Streatham beating MK and Invicta versus Chelmsford. Holy shit. I was following this on Twitter. Mental. It was tied. It wasn't tied. This team with 2 goals up. This team bring it back. And it was all going down to like the last few minutes. Then there was penalties in the last couple of minutes. Lassik's taking fucking tripping calls with 17 seconds to go. It was mad. It sounds like a hell of a tie. Probably the tie of the weekend in any of the leagues. Absolutely fantastic. What I do want to say is we put a tweet out prior to the NIHL 1 playoffs starting. And you'll notice I gave you a couple of results there, but I didn't rattle off all of the results. And it was because I wanted to talk about this at the same time. So we put a tweet out saying, should the NIHL 1 give Streatham and Solway a bye? And for some fucking unbeknown reason on our Twitter and Facebook, it turned into which one of them should go to the National League. That wasn't what we were talking about. A bye in the playoffs. And for this reason is why I said it, because you would have to be fucking stupid to not see it coming. And if you're one of those people, then give your fucking head a shake, because this was obviously going to happen. Solway versus Nottingham Lions. 21-1. Not acceptable for a quarter final. I'm going to look right down the mic when I say it. Camera. Not acceptable. Streatham, 15. MK2. Not acceptable. What the fuck is that in a quarterfinal?
Yeah, it's not competition at all.
It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And you got to feel for the lads that are on these Nottingham and MK teams. That ain't no fucking fun.
Yeah.
They're not stupid. They turn up knowing what's going to happen. And in all fairness to MK, you've got to give them credit. They held Streatham to 5-0 at Streatham, which, considering they lost 22-0 there, bless you. Bless you. And considering they lost 22-0 there last weekend in the league season, 5-0 is a drastic improvement. It really is. But to try and get a team like that to compete with a team like Streatham for two days in a row, obviously they're going to run out of legs in that second game. Same thing. I think, Nottingham probably competed for a period or something. And they're not as good as Solway. Like, they're really not. There's also been something else that I found interesting. And my brother tweeted it out last night. So we're now getting into the semi-final matchups. And we'll give you the North first, and we'll give you the South second. So surely, and this was the way I see it, surely the top seed, whoever finishes first in the league, plays the 8th seed, right? After the first round, after the quarterfinal stage, when it goes to the semis, it should be seeded again. The highest seed plays the lowest seed. Otherwise, what the fuck was the season for? Because it's what they call it's a different kind of bracket. I don't know what's the name. Closed bracket, maybe? Is that what they call it? And Banners on the Wall, Ant Russell, he put it on there earlier on one of our comments. So I'd have to go back and check what it's actually called. A fixed bracket. A fixed bracket. Everyone likes a good bracket. Get a little bracket joke in there. But yeah, I think it's crazy. So the roundup and the way it's going to finish off is Stars versus Warriors, which, what a battle that's going to be. Whitley versus Billingham is going to be great. Solway versus Solihull. Solway going to smoke them, I'm afraid. I think
not a weapon, it.
Yeah, I think. So going down south, the first seed Streatham Redhawks are going to play the 4th seed Invicta Dynamos, and the 2nd seed Solent Devils are going to play the 6th seed Raiders 2. To me, this weekend should be Streatham v Raiders and Invicta v Solent.
Would have been nice, yeah.
No, but
that would have been would have made more sense. I get where you're going with that.
I think the thing is, I'll refer to Ant again. He touched on in one of his Twitter posts that it's the fixed bracket's fine if everybody knows what that is. Not finding out when NIHL Stats tweets it out at fucking 11 p.m. on a Sunday. Come on, we got to be better.
Yeah.
We got to strive for better. We got to know what the score is. Everybody's got to know what's happening. Let's move on, because the NIHL 2 also happened up in. Oh, actually, was it Widnes? I believe it was. Oh, it was Widnes. I think it was Widnes. Yeah, Widnes, and then down south we had it at Ali Pally with Plexi, which looks great. That building was rammed. Love to see it. Really would like to see them step up. Again, that's a video for another day. I think we'll just talk about the fact that the 5th seed Invicta Mustangs went in and just fucking upset the apple cart, tipped it upside down, kicked everything over, and just run away with the weekend. Not only did they go in and smoke league winning Bristol 7-1 in the semi-final, they then went and turned over the Huskies in their own barn, who the day before had beat a very good Guildford team, who were right there in the battle for the playoff, for the league.
Yeah,
beat them 2-0. Invicta smoked Huskies 7-2 in the final. for the 5th seed of a tournament to go in and do that, that is some going. Fantastic for them. Great for their organization. It's nice to see like their goalie is a girl. I saw that on like the celebration pics. Obviously, I don't know too much about NIHL too. I never never say that I did, but it's nice to see some of the girls playing at that level. Hopefully, that improves their game, and then hopefully that improves the girls' game. You know. But yeah, it's really good for those guys. Hull, they beat the Altrincham Aces as expected. Telford beating Sutton Sting again to be expected. Maybe what was not to be expected is how comfortable Telford were in the final, beating Hull 6-1.
6-1.
Because they were battling it out at the top of the north there in that National 2 division. There's some funny names on that Telford roster. I shared it earlier. And I don't mean funny as in haha, as in funny as in like, fucking hell, I played against that guy in the EPL 10, 12 years ago and they're still kicking around, and NIHL 2 ripping it up. I love it. Old men now. National League, Mark. Do you want to take everybody through the quarterfinals? Who's coming up?
Yeah, National. So, excuse me. So we've got the Knights against Bison. We've got MK against the Tigers. We've got Phantoms against the Raiders, and we've got the Steel Dogs against the Wildcats.
Also, you might have noticed when we talked about the Elite League that we forgot to give you the quarterfinals for that. That's because that was my fault. And the quarterfinals for that are the Belfast Giants taking on Glasgow Clan, who just nipped in there because Fife capitulated and were fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the first or last to say it, but Duty M out. Oot. See you the fuck later. Bye. Thank you very much. Put your shirt in the rafters. See you later. Like, they need to go in a different direction. That club is a fucking... And it's a shame because I've got a very soft spot for Fife. Yeah, they didn't obviously make it. Dundee didn't make it. Mason got sacked today, by the way.
Yeah, see that.
So he's gone. Just no surprise there, is there?
They've just gone in a completely different direction from where they were last season.
Yeah, it's called fucking down.
Yeah.
They were on the up and rapidly on the down. Yeah, sorry. Then going in second place, Guildford, they're taking on Nottingham. And hopefully I'm going to be going to the game on Sunday. So better get a bit of live info on that one. Third seed, Sheffield Steelers, they're taking on the Manchester Storm, who we're going to be talking to Zach Sullivan very, very shortly, pretty much when we hang up from here. And yeah, this tie of the fucking week, tie of the weekend, arguably in any of the leagues, Coventry v Cardiff. This is giving me old school Graham Slender, like Skydome vibes. This series is giving me Sky old school. I love it. I think it's great. It's going to be so good. Coventry is sneaky good. Cardiff, you don't know what Cardiff's going to turn up. The best Cardiff turn up, Coventry have got a fucking chance. If the best Cardiff turn up, Coventry don't have a chance. But Coventry just keep finding a way. You don't think they beat Belfast 5-1 in Belfast or whatever it was. They just find a way, and then they'll come home and they beat Sheffield away, and then they beat, Cardiff at home or whatever it is. And then you just go, oh my God, they've just beat Guildford. They just picked off the top four in the space of like 5 games. There's something in that. There's something in it. If I was anybody, I'd be the most nervous to face Coventry. If I was any of those top 4 seeds, team that I didn't want in the bottom 4 was Coventry.
Yeah. They're my team I'm going to support for the Elite League playoff series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're actually going to go impartial? No.
I don't know.
What is it? Because you can normally be impartial. So if you're not being impartial, what are you being? What's the opposite?
No idea.
Let us know in the comments, because this isn't our fucking specialty.
I'm just dumb.
Yeah, this isn't our specialty. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I've got to ask the missus, fuck it. So if you're not impartial, what would you be?
Partial.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be partial to the Coventry
Uh,
Blaze, would you? Doesn't feel right.
I have
It
fucking
doesn't
no
feel right
idea.
coming out of my mouth. I don't know. Let's move on anyway. But yeah, that's your tie. So you got Knights, Bison, MK Tigers, Phantoms, and Raiders. And then this tie is arguably going to be the tie of this, I think. The Dogs and the Cats. But yeah, we're not going to give you any predictions because that's going to be a separate video. So you're going to have to come back, which means if you're not already, please do subscribe. Please do comment, get us going in these algorithms. Not many hockey channels out there. Let's get us flying near the top of these algorithms so you guys get all this wicked content. Mark, what else do we have for the wrap up? We've touched on that. We've touched on the Mustangs. Oh, I'll tell you what we did in the Elite League that we haven't done in the National League, and that is go through our top scorers and our top goalies. Well, I think if you'd have asked us back in September who the top point scorer in the league was, all of us. I think Max said that today. Well, all of us had Kieran Brown.
Yeah.
Well, shock horror, 54 played, 55 goals over a goal a game, 62 assists over an assist a game, 117 points over 2 points per game. He's 22.
22 British,
Fucking
117 points. Thank you very much.
It's a joke. Like 225 league points in the last 2 seasons. Plus his 45 points he's got in the cup in those 2 years, like 250 points. Joke.
Yeah.
And then playoffs and yeah, the kid's a joke. Top import in the league and in second place, Tomas Malasinski, absolute savage guy, savage season, 113 points, made up of 42 goals and 71 assists. 71 assists is pretty easy to come by when you're on a team with Aaron now.
Yeah.
Just give him the puck and let him score 40. I think Aaron did. He was up there 38, 39, 40, something like that. He was right up there again. Cole Shudra, hell of a season for another younger guy. I think he's mid-20s, Cole? Maybe not even as old as that.
He's young as well.
He's still a pup, isn't he?
Yeah.
54 games, 47 points, 47 goals, sorry. 60 assists, 107 points. And then doing it for us old fuckers. Matty Hayward. I mean, he's not that old, but he's fucking old compared to them 2 kids. 39 goals and 68 assists for 107 points. You got to remember, he's just played 10, 11 years for the Clan where he was not a scorer. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he couldn't score. He wasn't a scorer. He was a D, fucking block shots, getting lanes, win face-offs, penalty kill. Just, now all of a sudden you go, give him some offense. Let's see what he's got. That's what he's got. That's insane. 107 points. I had Hayward at the start of the year picking up like 70, 75 points. He's smashed my expectations out of the water. To go over 2 points a game is exceptional.
Yeah.
What about the goalies, Mark? Give us the goalies. I think it's only 2 of these bad boys.
Yeah, again, no shock when we say goalies, the top ones, Gospel, 2.57 goals against average and a .920 save percentage. And then we have Zimozra, and he was 3.07 goals against average and a .90 save percentage.
Phenomenal from both guys again. Also, when we
both of those played 49 games each.
That's nice and even, a lot easier than the Elite League. What was we just talking about? Oh yeah, when we talk about like the National League and would they allow import goalies and etc. etc. If Besko signed in the National League, nobody's going to score.
Yeah, it's just going to be
boring. He'll concede 20. He would concede 25 goals in fucking 52 games. It'd be a joke, like an actual sick joke. It'd be pointless.
Yeah,
so different. Like just watching him stand in the net, the way he commands it, he's so big. But we're gonna wrap this because we're gonna get straight into another video for you people. you're going to have to come back and find out who we pick for our quarterfinals in the Elite League and who we pick for our quarterfinal winners in the National League. Mark, anything else on the roundup?
No, good there. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to the next one. So
well, the
yeah,
next
tune in for
one's
the next one, folks, because that's where the fun talk is and our predictions. So
well, yeah, because that's when we're going to
yeah,
be. Well, the next roundup's going to be after this quarterfinal weekend, and we're going to be deciding who's playing for all the marbles. So it's going to be good fun. It's going to be a busy week at 4,000 and counting. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. For now, peace. Join us
peace.
again, and we will be seeing you for our predictions.